Brothers, welcome back to Territorial IO and welcome back to the recap of the latest Clan Wars. Clan Wars is a little special thing we do with a community where we get together and play some games every time we hit 500 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. And if you want to be a part of this for the next one, we will be doing it at 4,000 subscribers. Number one, make sure to join the Discord down below and also subscribe if you have not. I would super appreciate it. And with that being said, on with the show. All right, first game up is going to be a server-wide 365 player battle. This is a 1v1 teams, and we are on the black team, so let's see what we can do in this matter. I'm desperately trying to find a spot for myself, as it is just chaos down here, so I'm just trying to not move, and hopefully this space will kind of work out for us here, as, oh, unfortunately, Corgi DJ does spawn right on top of me at the end. That is okay. We will work together in this aspect. In these kind of battles, you don't necessarily need to be the hero in every single thing. You just need to win your area. So that's what we're going to do here. We do have a lot of people on our team, and it is actually going to be pretty hard for me to get out and do anything. So it looks like I'm going to be on team donate from here. We're going to work to take out USA and Isengard down in bottom right. And hopefully after that, we'll be able to donate and support the team elsewhere. As USA looks like he's going to be the only person we're able to attack, as Deep State does go into us right away. So let's go into USA, give some big attacks in. We don't need to be fearful of anybody right now because we do have so many people around us that we can just go ahead and keep taking out USA, as we do unfortunately look like we're about to get cut off. And we are cut off. So that is an unfortunate state for us, but that does mean we can start donating to other players. Z is right over to the left of us, so we might be able to donate to him. It's just about keeping whoever's weak alive. So we're going to be, especially in our sector of the map, because we don't want to donate all of our troops to then need them later. So we need to support the people who are going to be strongest here. So let's give one to Kevington. He's got a great opportunity to take out this Mordor player. And having him be a big player on this side of the woods is going to be really helpful for us. He's going to be able to recapture any land that is taken away. Him and Fatster are both going to be really good teammates together. So supporting them is going to be really good, but for right now, Kevington does have the opportunity. He does need more troops in order to attack, and I need to be up into red interest to effectively donate. So I'm trying to give him little donations here and there just to keep him alive. He does have a number of red players around him. And again, if he's able to capture Mordor, then this is going to be really good for the black team. So continuously donating to Kevington, as Corgi Kirkus over on the right does take out another red player. Z is working on a red player as well. So this is working out really nicely for us, as the black team is really establishing control over in Africa. And once we take out Africa, we do have the Iberian Peninsula as well, so we can really focus in our strength in donating to the rest of Europe. So Mordor is about to go down. Fatster and Kevington have both been able to take out that person. Looking at the red team, just making sure that there is no giants developing in our area. And fortunately for us, there are not. So let's look up north. OG Dr. E is getting a lot of donations into, and we really need to take this out. So the team is saying, hey, if you are in a position to donate, we need to deal with this guy immediately. I'm going to start donating to Prussia Glory and whoever else I can, just to try and take out this player. Fortunately, Prussia Glory sees sus among us and is able to grab a bunch of land from him and continue growing his strength naturally, along with donations. Because as you can see, we are pretty small. We're not going to be able to do anything on our own. And we're not in any danger of being taken out from these players down in Africa. So we are free to donate. I would love to, again, save up my troops and donate them when they're necessary. But Dr. E is getting way too big. There's a lot of weak players around him. So the call is going out to say, hey, if you touch borders with this man, give an attack. Well, death by 1,000 paper cuts this man. Indonesia takes a big hit there. Fortunately for us, Prussia Glory 327 are jump in, Cross jumps in, Pharaoh's in on this. So it is really a battle of just attrition in this factor. And we really need to finish up the rest of the world to donate to here, as there are not a lot of players like myself who do not have borders with an enemy at this point. But left unchecked, Dr. E is going to just run through the team. Pharaoh is doing a really good job of knocking him down. Let's keep donating to Pharaoh, keep his numbers up. As Dr. E is getting a little frustrated, gives the facepalm, gives the money emoji. He knows he needs more donations here if he's going to survive. He is probably the best chance that the red team has, but they are preoccupied elsewhere. So let's keep donating to Pharaoh. Pharaoh has now got the upper hand on Dr. E, so that sector is secure. And fortunately for us, he does become a bot, but we have eliminated an absolute massive threat off the board by just using our board awareness communication and making sure that he doesn't get too big. We'll keep donating to Pharaoh for the time being, just to keep him alive, as he is not done yet. Dr. E is still on the board, even though Pharaoh does have 2 million troops. But this could go either way. They could start mass donating to him, or they could start attacking Pharaoh or attacking other players. You can see Russia's doing his expansion up there. 2 blocks is going into Coral Min. That's going to be very helpful for us. That is another big threat we have on the board. Scandinavia, for the most part, is looking under control. Russia is very strong, but as soon as they finish up with Dr. E, Pharaoh's going to be able to go on him. Cross is going in on him. And then Prussia Glory is going to be able to go on him. So we've really wrapped up control over Africa. That is completely ours. And now everyone's starting to donate. So things are looking a lot better for the team, as we've taken control of about 60% of the map overall. Let's keep donating to Pharaoh. Keep his power strength alive, as Prussia Glory is going to be good on the other end. But Pharaoh is in a position where he could get ganged up on. So let's go ahead and just keep worrying about that. Let's look down here into Turkey, as there are calls going out for donations there, but it doesn't seem that pressing at the moment. So let's just keep donating to Pharaoh and giving him some troops, even though we don't have a ton, but every little bit counts, as the western part of Europe has been wrapped up as well. Tublux is knocking down the last player in Ukraine, and Prussia starting to work on Russia. So Pharaoh is now with the crown is looking very strong. Russia full sends on player 327. Prussia Glory is going to grab all of that land and then be able to wrap up the smiley face player over in it as well. So Pharaoh is now getting full sent on by Russia, and the Roman Empire is now a bot. So that's going to be a quick wrap up of those 2 players right there, as now things are looking firmly in control of our team, as the only player in this corner is Void. And we're going to kind of leave him alone and just kind of let him be. He's secured a lot of alliances with a lot of the players around him. So we will keep donating to Pharaoh just so he can use his money wherever he needs to. And looking around the map, let's just see how things are going. It looks like a great kind of wrap-up victory for us, as there's not a lot left. Void takes out a player that wasn't a Corgi. So that is what's going on there. And a little bit of backstory is the Void and Corgi clans have a little bit of an alliance, so they're kind of working together on this one right here. But just kind of respecting him, as he hasn't attacked anybody on this front, and the game is basically over. So we're going to let him peace out with him, as OK is finishing up the last 2 players over in this part of the world, and that should be the end of that. So GG's to all involved as we look to peace out from here, and we will move on to the next one. All right, next map up is going to be a 184 player battle here in the world. We are on the black team once more. Let's go ahead and go in Africa and kind of pick out this spot. We might move closer to where the black team is, but actually this spot's looking rather nice for us. So we'll just go ahead and plant our flag here. Hopefully this all kind of works out for us, as there are a lot of cyan players here, a lot of yellow players, and only a few black of the black team. So we will go ahead and start with our standard opening, see how things work from here. A few players have already left, so we're down to 177. Now, looking out, Jamal Empire is our closest enemy. So that's something we're going to need to keep an eye on from here, is to see what he does. See if there's any opportunity to attack him. But he's not really the gang up opportunity that we would like, even though Ethan Winters is going to go into us probably. So we don't necessarily want to anger the Scion team, but we want to utilize our partnership with Edda above us and attack people that we have shared borders with. So that's kind of going to be our goal from here. Let's go ahead and hit the expansion one more time. Jamal Empire is actually getting attacked by the blue player Seth, so that's like really good for us, as that takes away a team up opportunity against us and utilizes one for us. So we'll just keep going in the bots for the time being, let them kind of weaken each other down. We'll go in there in a little bit, but there's a lot weaker targets with land that we can grab, so we're going to be doing that, not being fearful of anybody else. And unfortunately, Ethan Winters is going to be taking out that bot above us. Edda's going to share borders with us and Jamal, so if that continues, we can go ahead and grab that. As we do have about 70,000 troops, which does put us in the category of the most troop count in this part of the world. So we're feeling pretty good. Let's go ahead and join in on Aiden over here and help out with Edda, so that we can continue to bully up on people that are around us. And unfortunately, Edda's getting attacked by the player above him from the Iberian Peninsula. Even though that player has a lot less troops than Edda, Edda continues on his tradition of getting attacked. So we are just kind of building up our troops here, waiting for a good moment to attack. Ethan Winters will give a truce with you. That is probably the scariest player in our part of the world. Looking at the rest of the world, we're doing a really good job in Asia and the New World. We're holding our own, and other than that, we're kind of in a state of complexity. There's not really a clear winner on any side, but Ed is working his way through the Iberian Peninsula and is immediately getting attacked again by another player who is a little bit weaker than him, so that is okay. Seth is now a bot, so let's go ahead and take out him and work our way through this red player who has no troops, has fully donated. No one's realized. This is really good for us. Unfortunately, it does put us in the position where now we touch 3 Scion players. So we do need to be aware of that and continue building up our troops to be strong. Jamal Empire is getting attacked. I feel like this is a good opportunity to attack him. and eliminate a threat on our borders as Ethan Winters does attack us. We're going to go ahead and finish off Jamal as he does become a bot. Italy is also incredibly weak, and Edda's signaled, hey, let's go into him. So let's join in on Edda, taking out Italy and, again, eliminating a threat to us. So now we are very big. We are third on the board and can easily deal with any threat that comes to us. It would really take the support of Ethan Winters, team help support, and player 103, the blue player below, to do anything. So hello to Ethan Winters. Do you remember when you attacked me? Okay, he's going into dark, and let's go ahead and give some attacks in on him to try and save our buddy over there. Unfortunately, he's getting attacked by Empire, the yellow player, and our buddy in the Middle East is trying to take out that guy. So we will just keep going into this player over here, just keep knocking him down, and he's pretty weak. He's only got 100,000 troops, so let's really commit to this and taking him out, gathering all this land for ourselves, really putting a statement down that we are the power to be messed with in Africa. So we have completely taken out this Ethan Winters player, and now we have a decision if we want to go north or south. We do have a good partnership with Edda over here that we could work with and Duck Empire, or we could start to address some of these Scion players before they get too big. Player 103 is also a little bit on the weak side, and we have Kia down below. So I'm going to go into player 103. He immediately full sends me, though that's okay because Kia is going to gain most of the land there and be able to help collapse on team help support, who is now dead, or has become a bot, and has attacked Kia support. So we will continuously just save up a little bit and go into this player down here, as he does give another big attack into Kia support. So full sender is also, it looks like he full donated, so we'll go ahead and grab all of this land and start to work our way up north. Imperial Duck Empire is the only person that we have left on kind of our war path. So let's go ahead and start working on him. We do have Weasel and Edda to help us out with this. So Edda's joined in, wonderful. This is a battle we could take on our own, but the faster we can get this done, the faster we can start donating. As we briefly get the crown, I imagine we're going to lose it to people around us. And looking at the New World, Z's doing a really good job of working his way up into Mexico. We do not have anybody down in Antarctica, so I'm going to boat down there, see if I can race Benelux to that area, as he's actually down there himself. But I want the crown, I want the glory, so we're going to try and work our way down there, see what we can do, see if we can cause any kind of drama and knocking out some of these players. It does look like we've secured all of South America, which is really good. North America is looking like there's only a couple players left, but the black team looks really in control of the rest of the map. There are no calls for support anywhere, so we are free to save up our troops, as Benelux is now starting to make his way through, and there's no one to really stop him. Kia is already down there as well. As soon as we get down there, we're going to full send and try and grab as much of this land as possible. It doesn't look like our boat's going to reach there in time, as Kia is now cut off Benelux. So that's going to stop him from expanding anymore. And again, our boat's probably not going to make it there. So Kia is going to work his way into Russia, or perhaps not. Okay, never mind. He is going into Russia. I was thinking for a second we might be able to grab that land, but we were just not there fast enough. So he is able to get there with all of the land, and take all of the land. So that's really good for him. Looking over in the New World, Cross is finishing off the blue player, who's now a bot. And there's one more Scion player that over there in that neck of the woods. So it's just about wrapping things up from here, as we got the magical Doge, which give him a lot of money and give him a big heart. And just kind of wait for him to work his way down south. Let him have a little bit of an opportunity to be the hero, as somebody's already working their way into this neck of the woods. I think it's the other player in South America. So there he goes, wrapping things up as Drew Russia now quits. Magical Doge does touch down, and he's going to be able to work his way through the last remaining player on the red team. So another big donation to Magical Doge, making sure that he's constantly full on troops, as everybody is donating to him so he can finish things up and they're in style. And there we go, a nice little victory for the boys. Once again, we were able to take over the world in pretty controlling fashion. There wasn't any drama on this one. Everyone was able to do a really good job, and GG's to all involved, and on to the next. All right, next game up is going to be Europe. This is a 180 player teams battle. We are on the black team. So let's try and pick a spot where there's going to be a little bit more danger, a little bit more excitement. We don't necessarily need to be smart when we're playing with our Corgi boys, because there are so many skilled players and so many of us that we can be a little bit more risk taking and finding a spot that has a little bit more drama. So that's what we're after here. Looking around, we do have a lot of teams or players that are not on our team, I should say. So this is a little bit of a dangerous situation for us, but hopefully we can get big enough to dissuade people from attacking us. Now, taking a look around, we do have four players on the white team that are going to be a real danger for us. We have one on the blue team, one on the red team, one on the yellow team, and then 2 on potentially on the cyan team. So a lot of danger around us, but we do have some boys off into the east over there that we can potentially work our way through. But right now our job is just surviving. We don't really have a lot of opportunity to grow. There's not a lot of bots around us, so we need to be very careful in kind of what our moves are and pick targets that are very weak and people who are being attacked. So I'm going to join in with Poland and taking out this yellow player, even though that does kind of put the white team in square control of this area of the world. But we are very strong, so we don't need to be too fearful of it. We are stronger than most of the players around us. And we do have the wall of the black team over in the east. So things are looking pretty good for us. Poland wants a truce. I'm not really concerned about that right now. Let's just keep waiting for good opportunities to attack and go into players, as nobody's really that weak right now. So we will just kind of sit on our hands and wait for somebody else to cause the drama. With us kind of being alone, a little bit isolated, we are not the ones to start the drama, but this guy's actually really weak. So let's go into him. This is a good opportunity. I imagine Poland is going to want to join in on this as well as the Brazil Empire. So we will keep working on this. Please don't attack. The small white player is also attacking us. We will, free land down here. The blue player has left. Please don't attack. Full sends us, which is a little bit unfortunate. Let's go ahead and grab all of his land and start working our way up through this player up here. So now things are looking really good, and this guy's super weak as well. So let's go into him, knocking him down and connecting with our team for the first time in the entire match. We do run the risk of cutting Europe in half, so that is not necessarily the best thing for us to stay alive, but we do have, again, a lot of troops, at least comparable to most of the players around us. The only one that's really stronger than us is the red player, who's getting attacked by Kevington. So that's really good for us. And we have some great opportunities to expand once we have the troops to do so. So saving up is going to be the move for us, although this player is now a bot. So let's go into him and start knocking him down. Let's boat down here and hopefully get a lot of this. Tyler Durden is right there as well, and he's got better borders on him than us. But we are cutting the corner. Okay, our boat got down there as well. So now we're getting there. We're getting a lot of land. We're in the 16th place overall. And the black team's full send. Let's go. The black team is looking really good as we are just shy of 50% of the board, really securing our place in this match. So now where do we go from here? Well, we could go into player 928 who just took out a Corgi. I think that's a natural progression as Supro has attacked him. But we have been attacked ourselves by the white player AR. So it kind of becomes a little bit of a juggling game. We can't fight both fights at the same time, and we run the risk of being attacked ourselves if we try and do both attacks. So we are just going to sit around here for a little bit, build up our troops, and full send. Okay, we'll go into this guy. One problem is taken care of. Now it is about what do we do next with the next problem, which is AR. I'm a little bit concerned that Poland is also going to attack us, and Poland's a little bit weaker, so let's start working him down. AR is not that big of a threat. He only has 400,000 troops himself. So we don't need to be too fearful of him. We can go ahead, start picking off the weakest players that will provide us the most amount of land. So that's going to be a great target. Brazil is also getting attacked. So this is, AR is now a bot. Let's start going into the bot right now as he's only got 100,000. This does put us in borders with Kuwait, who is pretty strong. He's got about 1 million troops. Dishonored is also on our border to the right, but he's only got 900,000 and is facing the full wrath of the black team over in the east. So we don't necessarily need to spearhead that one. We can go ahead and kind of pick our targets over here in the west. But this blue player down here is also very weak. So let's go into him. Let's go ahead and take out Dishonored. And now we've completely split Europe east and west. And Tyler Durden full sends on Benelux. So let's go ahead and go into him, finish him off. And the two of us can then potentially work on Kuwait together. So Kuwait does become a bot. Let's go ahead and start attacking Kuwait. We can imagine that he's probably going to attack us. No, he goes into Benelux right away. Okay, that's good for us, bad for him. So let's go ahead and keep pushing into Kuwait, starting to knock him down. He's down to about 300,000 troops, so that's great as we have finished him off. And now we can start going to Corsica and Sardinia, and then potentially the United Kingdom if we can get over there fast enough. But our boat is coming from Denmark, so it is unlikely that boat's going to get there in time, as we'll start to work our way down south. So now that we are fighting this red player, he's got about 1 million troops. We've got about 2 million. And Pharaoh has taken over the United Kingdom, which was to be expected. He is now working his way down south. And we will continue to work our way down south into red player, contributing wherever we can at this point, as our position is secure. We do have the crown and are feeling rather strong. So as soon as we take out red and Lollyland, we are going to look to donate to our team. There is that green player over in Turkey area that is very strong. Red does full send, so that is really good for us. We do touch borders with the white player. And so we're going to push down here. We're going to give a big attack into him just to take him out in one fell swoop with Aurelius and Weasel over here. Both of us are all kind of working our way through. Kyrgyzstan and Kyrgyzstan they are both being taken out by the team. That was a lot of strength over there collapsing. And now there's only the last Kyrgyzstan that needs to be taken out, which is being done so by Adrian and Kia. So as we wrap things up, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you've made this far in the video. If you haven't made this far in the video, hey, give it a thumbs up, really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put up videos every day. But boys, I will see you in the next one.